Hello, today I am shooting a quick video for the sale of my 2006 Volkswagen Jetta TDI. It's just about to turn 85,000 original miles. It's not perfect. The car's been in Florida most of its life, past 3 years or so. It's been here in Kansas City, Missouri. Since that time, I bought it with about 37,000 miles, as I recall, maybe 39,000. And again, it's working on 85 now. So when I retired, I have taken this and my little puppy dog there, hi Buckley, cross country a number of times. This thing's been everywhere. Again, not driving it for work, but just going cross country all the time. The tires are in great shape. I'm not sure how many miles on them, 30,000 maybe, but there's a lot of miles. The engine, transmission, all that's solid. And to get into it a little bit here, the 2006 Jetta, 2005 and a half, 2006 Jetta were kind of different than the rest of them and had a certain amount of issues from the factory that really needed to be taken care of. And all of that has been done professionally on this car. I have receipts, that sort of thing I can show you. But basically we're talking about the cam. It has a Colt cam in it. The original ones were bad, I guess, to go flat. This one has a Colt cam, and all this stuff has been in there. Again, when I got it, probably around 40,000 miles, in that range, when the car had 40,000 miles, is when I put all this stuff on. So anything I'm going to tell you about has been on a while. So I know I always worry that somebody's halfway done it or there's going to be issues after the fact. This car runs the way it's supposed to run. Anyway, so the Colt cam, it's had the turbo replaced, and all this stuff, by the way, was all preventative. I didn't do anything after it broke. I literally knew I was going to drive this thing cross country, so all this stuff I'm talking about was done ahead of time, or in advance of me driving it a lot. So anyway, around 40,000. So the turbo, cam, tune, and then of course these flywheels. It's the 6-speed dual mass flywheeled automatics. You call them whatever they want. They're really a manual with automatic updates to make them do what they do. But anyway, this dual mass flywheel apparently has issues, and sure enough, this one, I said everything got changed beforehand, but on the flywheel, I meant the engine, on this flywheel, that did that probably at about 50,000 miles, 55,000. The flywheel did what they do, which is crack. And again, that has been replaced professionally. Again, receipts for all of that. I think that is kind of the story. Windows have been tinted. Let me just kind of walk around at some point, and I'll start it up and let you hear it, but let's just kind of walk around right now. Keep in mind, as I mentioned, me and my little pup dog have driven a lot in this, and so you're liable to find a certain amount of dog hair. So I would not guarantee you not to see dog hair, but again, the car is in pretty good shape. I want to point this out, though. This little, I guess a guy could put some glue on it or something, hold that back pretty easy, but I do want to point out things that are not correct on the car. In case you need a eye scraper. Excuse me, Buckley. Thank you. Trying to get you a little different view. Oh yes, this is important. It does have a draw-tight hitch on it. This is the smaller one. But the car will tow 2,000 is what they're meant to do. That's what they can do. But what I really did more with it than anything else was we had a bike carrier on it, and that's been really nice. And with that, I also have, we'll go ahead and open the trunk here. 2 keys, by the way. Everything on that works too. I was going to show you in here also. Because of the extra weight and as much traveling we were doing, I put airbags on the thing. And I can show those to you later. Try and come up with some receipts. But anyway, some airbags that go inside the coil springs, and then you put a little air in here. And all it does is kind of stiffens the springs up, because we were finding as we were traveling, you'd hit a decent sized bump, the whole car would tend to just want to bottom out with that extra weight hanging off the back, because it was these electric bikes and they are a little heavier. Anyway, so I wanted to point that out. Oh, and then while I was in here, I should also show you this. You know, it's had the wiring, you know, to where a person can absolutely, you know, pull a small trailer. I wouldn't want to pull a great big trailer, but you can certainly do a small one. And then also, this was already here when I got the thing, but the car has wiring that are brought up here, and I guess what somebody would do with that, if you were so inclined, and this all goes up under the hood and straight to a relay. A car stereo is obviously. Now I'm an old man, I didn't care about that, but the next person might. I'm not pointing out every detail in the pictures, or I'm sorry, in this video. I just kind of doing an overall view. When I take pictures, I'm going to try to absolutely note any flaws in the paint, that kind of thing. But there are a number of them, by the way. I want to be very clear. The car has had a respray, and I would not say, I didn't have that done, but the guy before me must have done it. Anyway, it's okay. It's nothing real great. In fact, that front fender I'll show you here in a minute on the left driver's side is not great. Had some peeling. But again, this is the car. It's in great shape. It's not perfect. It's pretty hard to argue. It's pretty darn clean too. I'll do the interior here in a little bit. So, as I say, it's been resprayed. I would not say they did a very good job, because it did peel. You can see here. This is what I definitely want to point out, that it has peeled. I'm not sure how well you can see that with the sun, but you get the idea, hopefully. A little hazy on the headlights. Heck, I may polish those up a little bit and do a little better with those. But you get the general idea there, I think. Anyway, that kind of takes care of the outside of the car. Let's take a look here. Not much to see, I suppose. But I can at least get it started up and all that kind of good junk for you. Alright. And I want to point out that the airbag light, all these other lights go out. I've got the trunk open at the moment, of course. I don't have my seatbelt on. And that little green light right there goes out when you put your brake on for whatever reason. But there is one light that does not go out, and that is the airbag light. I literally had the dealer look at it, and they got it shut off at one point, and it came back on. So I gave up on it, and so it's going to stay that way. You're going to have that airbag light on. Whether the airbags work the way they're supposed to, I don't know for sure. I assume they do. Got an older stereo here, Kenwood, but it does have the Bluetooth and stuff like that. You've got your little microphone, all that kind of good stuff. At least that part of it's modern. Air conditioner works great, by the way. No issues with any of that. The heat. I'm going to show you as much as I can. It's kind of tough to do in this car. Things are pretty tight. Hopefully you get the general idea at least. WeatherTech mats. Carpet under them, by the way, is very good. I put the WeatherTech in it. It had floor mats, regular floor mats on the bottom, but I prefer these a lot. They've been nice. And then the back of the car, I don't know. of it. Again, no rips and tears. These door panels, again, I showed you that I think earlier, but these door panels are kind of weird. I guess a guy could glue them up better, but anyway, that's it on that. All right, so that's kind of it. I will come out here now and show you under the hood. I don't know what you can necessarily see. Buckley dog. There it is. Hey, buddy. You all right? That's it. I was kind of talking about the relays for the stereo in the back. This is where both those come from, I guess. 30 amp and 40 amp, if that means something to somebody, it probably does. But other than that, that's kind of it. Runs, drives like you think it ought to. So on that note, I will leave you there and hope you have a chance to take a closer look and maybe get it bought. Thanks. Bye.